Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvena. I have Dan Schultz on my left, Mike Godwin to my right.
Good morning all. Good afternoon.
Unless they watch in the evening.
Good evening. And good night. And good night.
How we doing today, guys?
Doing great.
Fantastic.
All right.
You talk of basketball.
I'm doing good. Doing good. Let's jump right in to these B Division previews. Now this will be our last preview video we do before the All-Star game.
Okay.
Do you want to start from the late games up to the...
No. Let's just go according to schedule.
Now, speaking of the All-Star game, we have Dan wearing, this is 2 seasons
A
ago,
couple seasons ago.
I
I actually could shoot well.
and man, do we have something in the works for the All-Star game shirts for this season, which I ordered some extra for staff for you guys.
Awesome. So I could lie.
Well, it's almost locked in.
All right,
It's
cool.
almost locked in. I
I
do
already know.
have,
I already
it's
know.
actually, it's going to be Mike and Nick's will be sponsoring our All-Star game this season. So we'll have some Mike and Nick's pizza here. It's actually located right across the street from the Hook House Athletic Club in Lantana Square. Feel free to go over and check it out. Pizza, drinks, they have it all. They have it all. Delicious pizza. Wouldn't you agree?
Great
Mike?
pizza. Great pizza.
Let's start off. First game, we have the faculty versus Hot Shots B. The inconsistent faculty. That's what I'm going to call it.
Faculty wins this game. By 10.
10. Bold prediction.
By 10. Dan. Hami. Dan. By 10.
Hot Shots B is going to win this game by 15 points.
Wow.
Now, you were just trying to skip ahead to the later games. I don't blame you. If you want to skip this game altogether, no one will blame you. I'm just saying. No one will think any less of you. Because everyone
10
already thinks
points,
less of
Dan.
you already.
10 points.
The faculty's going to come out fired up. I can see that over these past few games, they are growing as a team. There's a lot less finger pointing going on. Not that there ever was that much finger pointing. But the faculty, I feel like they're starting each other's back. The transition defense is getting a little better, even though it's still awful. It's getting better. It's
It went
improving.
from awful to what?
To
Decent?
That's
No, pretty bad.
I think it went from terrible to awful.
Good, all right. I'll take that.
Terrible to awful.
Improvement
So
every
improvements every week.
By the time we get to the playoffs, it's got to be excellent.
I have a lot of faith in this faculty team, and I'm convinced that they will pull out this win. Convinced. Faculty by 3. Next up, Hog Mob versus Delaware.
Hog Mob by 7.
All right, I see what you did there. They beat you, so now you're going to have them start a winning streak.
Have you played Delaware yet?
I have.
How many did
We
they
lost
beat?
by something. I don't know. I don't even know how much we lose by anymore. I just know we get killed. Yeah, we lost by like 6 or 7.
I was just trying to do the comparison since if you played both
I think
teams.
I heard
kind of
after
off
your
that.
game, someone from your team saying we're the worst team in the league.
Well, if I find out who that
It's
is,
not good for
I'm
morale.
gonna cut him.
It's not good for morale.
Or maybe I just made it up. You never know.
You probably just made that up for team chemistry issues when we play you guys in week 8.
I
But
should have waited until we were doing his game to say that.
Let's get back to Hog Mob versus Delaware.
please, this guy always so shamelessly promoting himself over here and the faculty.
Uh,
I'm tired of it.
I think both these teams are pretty evenly matched.
Yes, I think Hog Mob's gonna win.
I'm going hog mob by. I don't know. Every other game basis though, Bill's there.
Yeah, that's true.
Bill should be there this week.
Bill should be there.
I'm gonna go Delaware in a close game.
Yeah,
It's my prediction.
that's wrong.
It's my prediction.
That's wrong. I'm going hog mob by 8.
Listen, you're
Go
new,
Hog Mob.
you're new to this scene. Usually what we do is we just agree with my predictions.
That's not true at all.
Next up, we have Wild Style versus J Squad. Wow. I am pumped about this game.
Between the A and the B, we have at least 4 games of the week,
I'm gonna say something.
and this is one of them.
I'm gonna say something that is gonna be very inconsistent with what I've said so far.
Oh, he's gonna do
He's going
it.
with
He's gonna
Wild
pick him.
Style.
Wild Style by 7.
Wow. Wow.
It's former team. No wonder you're not on there anymore. You don't
It's
have
not
any
a sign of
faith in them.
disrespect. Wild Style is just a
You have
really,
no
really good
faith
team.
in them.
That is not true.
Man.
Jason,
John, I understand why you caught him now. No faith.
Did not come. Did not come. Actually offered me a spot back, but I took my talents too.
Prestige worldwide.
Yes.
That's a good move on your part.
Hey, shots. That's like the 10th shot today. All right. Well, Wild Style was going to win this game by 7 points.
I agree with you,
Not
man.
disrespectful towards J Squad. I just think Wild Style is going to win this game.
I agree with you.
Listen, are we going to get the same kind of performance from Craig Schweitzer that we just had?
Probably
Is
not.
Craig going to get 18 points again?
Probably not.
Yeah,
But is
then-
Damian Ware only going to be held to 6?
Lance and Ty are good defending.
No, I don't see it.
You talked me into it. I'm going J Squad this week to beat Wild Style. Wild Style has only lost to one other team, the Fireballers, in their history of hack. But I think this is the week that J Squad.
That's always a good way to start off your call.
This is the week that J Squad takes down Wild Style, and then J Squad should sit rightfully at number 1 in Dan's power
They
rankings.
still are.
You're wrong again.
It's all off of momentum. Next up, we have Fireballers versus Team Battlefield.
JP, no. It's not Fireballs versus Team Battle.
JP
It's
versus
JP
Tyre
versus Tyre.
show.
Just 1-on-1.
Should we just have the rest of the guys just sit on
Yeah.
the bench, play one-on-one? for
Full court.
40 minutes?
I love how disrespectful we're being to like 80% of guys we don't know whatsoever. Team Battlefield's gonna win by about 7. Or 8.
7.
Since I said 7 a lot.
I think it's going to be more than that.
Team Battlefield?
Battlefield's going to win by 15.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't see. I don't agree completely with your score, but I agree they're going to win. I don't see Fireballers being able to stop Tyre. So Tyre is probably going to drop 35 to 40. And you never predict someone to drop that many points.
Never.
Like you say 30, and if they drop 40, you're like, well, I knew they were going to score a lot.
Exactly.
But 35 to 40, so I wouldn't be surprised if you had 50. Battlefield wins this by 20.
So you're saying Rudy is not going to D Tyre up?
I don't think it's going to matter who D's Tyre up in this game. In the mix versus Elite.
Already said it. In the mix by 5.
Game of the week number 2.
In the mix by 5.
Why don't you take this one?
I'll be scared over there.
We got an in the mix by 5.
I'm going to go in the mix. It's a tough call. The only reason I am is I haven't seen
Elite play.
I haven't seen Elite play enough basketball this season. I have personally seen where I've seen their mix all last season. I've seen some of their games this season. So I'm just strictly basing it on that. And I'm going to go with in the mix by about 7 points. But it's going to be a great game.
So my turn. I'm going to
Floor
go. You guys almost made me change my mind. But I'm going Elite. Elite by 8. I don't know.
Fair enough. I mean, you could go either way in this game.
Yeah,
Go either
it
way.
might not even be 8. It might be, it's probably be less than that. Elite by 4.
Wait for it versus Old School. Now, wait for it's taking a really, really bad loss from JP's Fireballers.
I gotta see more shots and more fouls in this row. I think Wait For It's gonna win by 10 points.
Wait for it by 10.
If Old School has more than 4 players there, and they have, I don't, what was their big guy's name? Was it Mike?
Like Consorti?
Yeah, Consorti. They have Mike, and they have the rest of their team there. If they have the same roster that they played against us, they're going to beat Wait For It by 5 points.
Yep.
Excuse me. Our final game of the evening.
Thanks.
I'm surprised you scheduled this game this late.
What? You didn't ask for my pick.
I thought you agreed.
I said yes, but I could have said yes to him. I could have said yes to you. Just go on. I don't even want to make my pick anymore.
Should I step out of the room and let you guys figure this out?
No, I mean, he clearly didn't know who he was going to pick. So he's just trying to pawn it off on me, just ignoring that he didn't have a good
Next up,
No, we gotta have, no, the show feels incomplete if you don't make a pick.
Old school.
See, so he said yes to
Look
me.
at
He said yes to me.
That's
That's
so
exactly
adorable.
what I was saying.
Like, you dissed him like that, but he still comes back and agrees with you. That's really adorable.
Next up, before we start talking about adorable, we have Doc's Old Guys All-Stars versus Prestige Worldwide. Dan, are you nervous?
I can't believe you scheduled this game this way for such old people.
That's
They're
an advantage
gonna
for
be
you
in- they're gonna-
guys.
Exactly. They're going to be in bed by 7. What do you do? We might win this game by default. I'm just kidding. Doc's Old Guy All-Stars is a very good team. It's going to be a tough game. It's definitely going to be a closer game than the ones we've had recently.
Dan, don't do it. I'm warning you.
Prestige Worldwide by 3.
Ah!
Yeah, that's right. I had to make my call.
He did it.
Hey, we will let Doc's Old Guy All-Stars.
You've
win.
picked your
One-
team to win every week, and you haven't won yet. So why not change it up?
Because I don't want to.
They are Dan's picks.
Yes.
So Dan can.
Yes.
But they're always wrong.
If I say my team's going to lose, what confidence does that show?
You
me
did
in
it
my
all
team?
last season. You made it to the championship.
Contractually obligated.
So what?
That was part of my contract for signing with J Squad. They didn't want to give anyone motivation, so I went along with it. It's in my heart. I was predicting J Squad.
Are you hedging your picks right now?
No.
Are you shaving points?
You're-
Games? That's why you guys just haven't won yet.
He's betting on you, baby.
That's the ultimate.
You're saying this on
You
camera,
just-
but you got a bookie.
You just peep.
You're
You
betting
just
against your
compared to the
team and
Pete
shaving
Rose.
points.
You just Pete Rose me.
You're shaving points.
Unbelievable.
I would get rid of him, Prestige.
Unbelievable.
Shaving points. I just proved it.
Prestige gonna win by 3. Go
Whole
on.
crew. Long
All right. Just looking at stats for both of these teams, Doc's Old Guys All-Stars averages scoring 50.8 points per game, and they give up 51.8. So that's a -1. We look down at Prestige Worldwide, they only average scoring 38.8 per game.
Our schedule's been much more difficult.
They are the worst offense in the league.
Our schedule's been much more difficult.
On paper. If Dan Schultz can get hot, one of these teams is going to get hot. I guarantee it.
This is a turning point for one of the teams.
I hope so.
I mean, if you look at the numbers, you expect a very ugly game with not very many three-pointers made. But I think one of these teams gets hot. And I think it's going to be Prestige Worldwide. This is the week.
I'm on the bandwagon.
This is the week.
Yes.
Prestige Worldwide, led by Dan Schultz, because I know when Dan Schultz gets motivated, as he always used to do when he played my past teams with the Hackers or the
Dave, I have a
Fireballers. He
headache.
would bring his A
You're
game.
giving me a headache,
He would bring
Dave.
his A game,
You're
and I
giving
know
me a
he's
headache.
motivated against these Doc Old Guys All-Stars. Dan does not say, we're going to put you in a nursing home and not back it up. Dan Schultz, I know, would never do that. So, some things Dan has no control over. Like these other games, he wasn't motivated.
Just
In
end-
this
end the
game,
show.
Dan is motivated.
End it.
Guarantee it. Guarantee Prestige Worldwide, led by Dan Schultz, maybe not led by Dan Schultz, but they will find a way to beat Doc's Old Guys All-Stars. And you know what? Dan may have the van for the nursing home waiting out front to take Doc's Old Guys All-Stars away.
I could not say that.
Now, if that doesn't fire up Doc's Old Guys All-Stars, I don't know what will.
Now, fun fact, we have a member of Doc's Old Guy All-Stars right here, sleeping right now. As our,
Can I make my pick?
Go ahead.
I don't know, can you?
Doc's Old Guy All Stars. Don't listen to anything. They just fast forward to my part.
Ooh, they would have to hear ours by the time they get to yours.
No, they can
That's
just
true.
fast forward
By
until
pure
they see
logic,
me
they
talk.
can't do that.
But that would mean they had to hear you say that.
Yeah, common sense says they can't do that.
They can do it. They will do it. Because they'll fast forward to just when you're done talking.
And they love to hear what I have to say
No.
every week.
Not anymore. Doc's Old Guys winning by 10. By 10.
Wow.
That's all there
How
is to it.
disrespectful to your co-actor.
You guys are putting me to sleep, giving me a headache. How disrespectful is that?
You've been a little grumpy today. He has been a little grumpy today.
Grumpy's man all the time.
Well, that's what Dan brings to the table. I mean, All of a sudden,
Good thought.
RT gets on you about how you're not allowed to move while you're in the chair, and you feel restricted.
I haven't even noticed.
I think
his
that's
foot
what it
hasn't
is.
been moving.
No, yeah, but it's not moved. That foot is not moved all video.
I don't think it has.
He put a little ankle brace on before that restricts his
He's
ankle.
not allowed to
But-
move it.
So I mean, I'm sure RT will find something to pick on about one of us or all three of us. That's what we
Yeah.
expect.
But we saved all the good stuff for B Division video. Like we
That's
should have said that in A Division.
You don't think RT watches all the videos?
No. I don't. That means.
Do you watch TVs, talk shows, anything on TV? Talk about sports when they don't talk about you?
Yeah.
There you
I'm
go.
not a professional sport athlete.
What if you knew the analyst? Would you watch it?
Yeah.
There you go. He probably watches them all. Thank you for agreeing.
I don't watch
All right.
sports.
That'll wrap it up for this week. You guys just helter skelter throwing papers. When I actually get the
show.
I actually get the form going. Well, I'm not ready to throw it yet. We have last week for regular season games before the All-Star break. I'm very excited about the All-Star break. We have 3-point shootout. We have the team shootout. We have the All-Star games. I don't think any of us are participating in the All-Star games.
No.
I got snubbed for a 4th season.
The team shootout maybe.
Well, I'm just saying the games. I mean, I'm sure. You know what? I'm predicting a Prestige Worldwide versus Faculty championship matchup for the team shootout.
That would be awesome.
All right, they have. This is what they're going to be dealing with right here. Look at that! Look at that! Give me a pretend basket over there. Goes in every time.
I probably didn't even see. You missed it.
He's a downer today. Listen, next time you're in a bad mood, let me know. We'll let you take something before the shot. Something, I don't know. This is awful.
We already
This
know
is a
you
terrible-
stopped somewhere
this is-
before the show.
Come on.
This is a terrible way to end this show.
All right, this will
Everybody's bad mood.
wrap it up this week. Thanks for checking us out. I'm sorry about Mike's bad mood. We'll work on it for next week.